Right, hi guys. As you probably already know, I've been advertising a lot that my very good friend John Green is a photographer with a difference. He basically uses his mobile phone for his photography and he gets amazing results. So without further ado, let's get started. So, hi John, thanks for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
Right, so a lot of people believe that mobile phone photography doesn't really deserve any real rating. It's just a hobby. But you use for your mobile phone when you travel abroad, and you've traveled to some interesting countries. Can you tell us where you've traveled to begin with?
I've traveled to Tuva, which is in the south of Siberia in Russia, and also Mongolia.
Okay.
Across America to various different places. Being American, I've basically gone to see family. But it is just convenience more than anything else, because of being able to carry it with me everywhere I go.
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, let's look at it. Can I have a look at your phone?
Absolutely.
Do you really feel that mobile phone, no matter how good it is, can match a big camera?
Well, I think I don't start from the premise of looking at it as a competitive method or media, because mobile phones will probably never equal the quality that you can produce, because most of a camera's quality comes out in the lens, as they say, and the size of zoom lenses and things will never be equaled. But for the capability of being able to take shots conveniently and having a camera with you, you'll know that whatever great photographer it was who said that the best camera is the one that you have.
Yeah.
The convenience of having my mobile with me has always been an attraction. Before this, I have had my SLR cameras in the past and carried them and found them cumbersome to carry along with me, and there were times that I left it behind and then thought, I wish I had a camera. So I always kind of carried a point and shoot before, which I was keen to have a Minolta, because I had a very good experience with looking at wide angle lenses, and Minolta had a really nice point and shoot wide angle lens, so I could get into a small room and take shots with it. But that was 35mm days when digital came out. And you paid £2,000 for a camera that size that would produce 2 megapixels, and that was but then the quality of cameras started to increase, and then of course the quality of mobile phone cameras increased, and I found myself gravitating towards them because of their convenience more than anything else.
Now, I know this phone is particularly unique. I know the iPhone is a very good phone, and we hear about other phones, but this is particularly unique. What's the megapixel on this phone?
Well, this is an amazing camera phone, and it was made by Nokia, which now has been bought out by Microsoft.
Oh, really? Okay.
And so this particular one, though, carries 41 megapixels. I look at megapixels and say, as most photographers will, megapixels aren't necessarily the quality. It is, again, the lens of what you have on it. And this particular lens has been, it's a pure view lens, and it's one by Zeiss.
It's a nice lens, it's a very good quality lens.
And the quality of this has been outstanding. I had one prior to this, one of the first generations of the Lumia, and the quality was good, but the dark light photography of it was poor. I needed daylight to get good quality. So when they announced this and they said how much research they put into it, I was extremely pleased to think that I could upgrade to this camera on my phone. And when I got it, I have to say I was more than pleased. When I ended up taking some shots and realizing that it has a mechanical lens instead of an optical lens, and you can actually see the shutter work on it. And so in many ways, the phone is secondary
Yeah, so
to
you're
the fact that it's a camera.
so it's more of a camera with a phone, you're saying?
It is.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some of your shots, some of John's shots from from Tuva, and they're actually amazing. I mean, obviously, I'm going to credit a lot of it to John because he is a good, excellent photographer, and the photographer makes the picture more than the camera. But it's good to have a useful tool, and the Nokia Lumia 1020 is an excellent camera. I've seen a lot of cameras, and this one is particular. If you've been watching the Stephen Alvarez videos I've been posting, is an excellent excellent camera. I'll call it a camera from now on. So have you found it when you were using it? Did you find people really surprised that you're taking photographs with your phone, or are people getting more used to seeing mobile phone?
Yeah, I think truthfully, when it came to taking the photos that I did, you're right, I have had a background with photography which dates back to when I was about 13 years old.
Okay.
My dad really loved photography, and he had a Rolleiflex in the day.
Okay, yeah.
And we had a dark room in our house, and I learned how to black and white develop from the time that I was that young. And part of what I then learned was how to frame a shot, and lighting, angles, you know, and all those interesting things. And then, of course, that's developed and mutated through the years to what interests people now, what kind of angles, what kind of shots are interesting to people, and so I've just looked for those and used my camera, my phone, to do it. The 1020 though has given me a lot of what I used to have with an SLR with its flexibility, and if you've watched the videos, as you mentioned, you've seen that you can do a manual focus so that you can actually take macro shots, or you can change your lighting, your embouchures, everything. All of that can be adjusted manually. But if you want to, you can use the automatic, which is just default, and it will focus in, and oftentimes you can even take macro shots without needing manual focus.
Okay, which is very good, because normally with cameras you would switch it to manual to do a macro shot. So
you would. But with mine too, wearing glasses and getting older, my near vision is a bit off, and sometimes if I'm in precarious situation, I might angle it and think, oh, I'm not really sure, you know, I need to get down there and check my lens, my lenses and my glasses to get the shot. But I think if I leave it to automatic, obviously the camera's doing that for me. And I have done both, taken the manual shots and used the automatic, and the automatic will come out superior. So, but then, of course, with all of your after shot effects that you can put in, you can put in a lot of the effects that you would have had. So, I found it outstanding, to be honest, and I'm so pleased I got it. I'm so disappointed that they discontinued it.
Yes, that is an issue. I was looking for that camera as well, and it discontinued it. But it is an excellent camera. Now, video-wise, have you used it for video recording?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in Mongolia, and traveling to Siberia, I took the Trans-Siberian Rail. And that was 3 days on the train. And going across, you know, it's just, some of it was
He's an incredible explorer, this gentleman.
Some of it was stunning, the scenery, and I shot video footage of it. Plus, being in Mongolia or Tuva, being up on the mountains and doing a 360 of where I was, the balance is good. The microphone, if you're videoing, was good.
Oh, really?
So again, I'm not comparing it. I know that iPhone has a good capability. I know that they have increased in quality as well. But for this particular camera, and I think there's one other, you may know the model and I don't, that Nokia produced that is also high-end. Their emphasis was on the camera, not the phone. So with iPhones, even though they have increased in quality, their emphasis is on all the other stuff.
Yes, very true.
And so they didn't really emphasize the camera. So I'm not in an argument between the quality of an iPhone, you know, up against Nokia or a Samsung or whatever.
Not like the Canon Nikon.
No, it's just because to me, this camera, this phone, should be ideally supplemental to anything else that you own. Because I want the backpack, I want the SLRs and the lenses for when I go on a photo shoot, and that's why I'm there. But I want to keep this in my, you know, mobile holster at all times for when I can also say, oh, that's a great shot. And for the times when I'm packing light, it is more than efficient to get everything I need.
Oh, very true. I mean, I often won't take my camera out unless I'm going on a shoot, and I sometimes, I'm sorry that I don't have a camera with me because I miss a good shot. But with that, you're getting the quality, you have the, like I said, flexibility and the quality that will match a lot of, I know you're not saying they're not meant to be in competition, but it does equal a lot of many cameras. Now, does it give you full manual control over every or most of the functions?
I personally can't think of anything that it doesn't give you manual control over. The zooms, obviously, you're limited with what you can zoom in on, but as most photographers would admit, zoom photography is only when necessary.
Yes.
You know, so otherwise you want the wide angle, you want to take in as much as you can. And as long as the quality, the megapixel large enough, you can always zoom later.
Yeah.
And so,
or walk and get closer.
Yeah,
use your feet. Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are, as you say, there are some places and some times when that isn't possible. If you're on top of a skyscraper or a mountain, you're zooming in on something. Obviously, a zoom lens is great. Or something I don't ever do, and would if I had the opportunity, but wildlife photography is something where zoom is, you know, it's an absolute essential. You're never going to get close enough to get...
It'd be a bit dangerous getting close to tigers.
Exactly. So there are some things that will never be replaced. There are attachments to these which you can buy. I've never bothered with it. But I am so pleased with the quality that I get from it, how many shots it will store, and just so you know too, it will take 2 shots or saves it twice. Yes. Every photo you take, as long as you don't change the default, which you can do, will give you the high quality shot and a 1 megapixel shot.
Oh, that's really good.
So if you want to instantly post something to Facebook or some other social media, you can do that, and it will grab the 1 megapixel one and you know, upload it. Also, if it does a cloud storage automatic, it's always saving the low resolution copy. But when you go to download it off onto your computer, both are there.
Yes.
And what I'll do when I get home is I offload all of the shots from my camera roll onto the computer, and then I go through and delete the high quality, high resolution ones, and ones I know I'm not going to want to play with or keep in a higher resolution or use for anything other than social media. And that just saves my hard drive space.
What sort of storage is that?
This, you know, it's interesting because I understand that they have another version of this that I wasn't aware of that will have a 64. But this one is 32.
That's quite a lot. That's a lot.
It is, yeah. I think there might have been a 16, but 32 I'm very pleased with. My other, I mean, there are many sides to my personality, unfortunately. One of them is music, and so I have my whole library of music on her as well, which, you know, stores a tremendous amount of storage space, with hundreds of CDs that are all packed onto my my mobile. When I go on a trip, I take them all off. I have all of them on my tablet as well, so I have my music library there. If I want to listen to it on the plane or someplace else, I do it with my tablet. I free up the phone completely
for the pictures,
for photos and videos. And I've taken, on average, I'm not as bad as some, I'm worse than others, I take on average maybe 150 or 200 photos a day.
A day, wow, that's good.
I mean, I've known people take more.
Oh yeah,
but these are places that I've.
Yeah.
When I'm traveling or when I'm doing someplace really interesting, that'll be what I'll do. There'll be some days I might take 10, but you know, for the average of if I'm on the train or I'm climbing a mountain or I'm by a river.
These are beautiful places. They have to be taken.
I mean, even the flowers, all of those things, I'll try to grab. But I've come back, as I did from this most recent trip. I was away 2 weeks, approximately 14 days, and took as many photos and videos as I wanted to. Came back and I still had about 6 gigs left.
That's really impressive.
So, you know, I could have left some music on, but I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Took that all off, and then when I get home, I put all my music back on, and I still have space for on a day-to-day basis if I wanted to take, you know, 100, 150 shots or more before I offload them. I've still got plenty I also have 3 gigs left. So there's a tremendous amount of storage. I really don't need more. The other thing is that when I have that massive amount of stuff on the phone performance is not affected.
Okay.
Which is shocking,
which is
compared
good.
to my tablet computer,
Yeah.
which is an Android base, and my laptop.
That's Windows based, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And then my laptop is got a terabyte of storage, and I've never been affected by hindrance there. But the fact that it doesn't slow its performance is shocking to me.
And then, are there any features that particularly surprised you on that list that you find you didn't expect the phone to have? Has it got super fast burst or?
Yeah. Truthfully, there probably are there, and I haven't even found it. There are some things that I wish it did. Very few, but a few things that I wish it did. That, as far as I can tell, I haven't been able to find them. One is for sporting shots, fast movement. They have an option that you can put in, and I have it called One Shot, where it will take a variety of photos, in a cluster.
Yeah.
But the problem is, it won't save them all, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be proven wrong. I'd love for one of your viewers to write in and say, "Oh, John, do this," and it will.
Yeah.
But at the moment, having the cluster shots, it will judge or let you judge which one you want to save.
Yeah.
And you can save the one, but it discards the rest. And I've often thought, I want to save them all, and then choose several for various reasons. But
so if anyone knows any of a solution to that, please write in, and John will be grateful for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But my wife did she is very active, and she was doing the velodrome on the bicycle. And so I wanted to get a good action shot with her, whizzing by on her bike to get the blur. And I was able to use that effect, and I got a good one of her. But as I say, I would have liked all 15 or whatever it took, and choose some of them out.
But that shows how fast it is. To do sports, you need speed, and that's still very good. So I'll be putting some of John's photographs online, and so you can see the quality, and believe me, they're excellent quality photographs. So just to conclude, it sounds like you're sad, but I mean, are you? I know you're happy, but are you left wanting for anything, or are you really satisfied? You enjoy using the phone?
Well, I suppose I'm a guy, and so that means I always want more.
I know what you mean.
So you're satisfied for now. I am.
Yeah.
But
that is very true.
I'm not lacking for anything, and there's no part of me that is sitting there, drooling over, what I don't have. As I've mentioned to you, when it comes
in regards to cameras, phone camera,
but when it comes to owning something else myself, there is a funny new twist to our generation, our culture, which says people, if you go on a photo shoot, expect to see, a camera of substance. And if you come with your mobile phone, they're thinking, what kind of a,
Yes.
And so there's part of me that says, I wish I had something of substance, a high-end Canon or Nikon that would, impress them, and then I'd pull out my mobile and start taking the photos. But truthfully, there's nothing that I sit back and say, oh, I'm really lacking. It has everything I need.
Oh, that's excellent. Well, I hope you've enjoyed that. I'm Jean, this is John, and I'll see you in my next video. Oh, hi. I didn't see you there. Well, I hope you liked the video, and if you want all the updates and when new videos come out, please do subscribe. Anyway, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.